What's up, Tribe? Nick here from Ottawa, and in today's awareness video we're going to talk about foot health. So foot health, as we've been sharing the message of foot health for the past couple of years, 2-3 years, what we've realized is that foot health is actually super simple. So today we're going to keep it really simple, and we're going to talk about it within the context of protect, correct, develop. Okay? So like any information, this information only works if you actually apply it. So hearing this stuff is useless unless you actually apply these things in your life. And the good news is they're really simple and they're fairly easy to apply. So protect. Before you try and address any problem or prevent any problem, the first thing you should think is, how do I protect myself from developing this problem in the first place? And when it comes to foot health, the way you protect your feet is both by using footwear and also protecting them from footwear, which seems weird, but I'll try and describe that. The role of footwear is to protect our feet from damage. So stopping your foot from getting cut or scraped when you're outside in the environment is the reason, and should be the only reason, why you wear footwear. Okay, so you need footwear to protect your foot. You also need to protect your foot from footwear. So conventional or fashion footwear, and there's going to be a whole awareness video for a full 5 minutes about footwear, so you can check that out. Should come shortly after this one. You need to protect your feet from conventional footwear by avoiding shoes that deform or damage your feet. Right, so shoes that are ramped, that are narrow, that have a hugely thick sole, or that are really stiff are all going to affect your feet negatively over time. So step one, the most important one, 80% of the work of having healthy feet, which are feet that do what they're supposed to, that are pain-free, that are resilient, that are durable, that support your body like they're supposed to. Step one is protect your feet by using the right kind of footwear. That's 80% of the work. If you do that, the other kind of two parts of this are actually optional. You'll have healthy feet over time if you get a bit of patience in there, if you just make sure that the footwear game is on point. So that's number one. Correct is number two. Now, when it comes to correcting the foot itself, we're talking about mobility, right? We're talking about resetting all the tissues that have gotten really tight and kind of basically squished together for a long period of time. And we're going to have a video called Plantar Release in the tools section that's going to cover how to release your foot with a lacrosse ball, how to correct your toe alignment with toe spreaders, how to release your foot with a beam. And so correcting your foot involves taking basically what we call supplements, where you can roll your foot out on a lacrosse ball until you have the mobility required for your foot to function like it's supposed to. And when you wear natural footwear and spend time barefoot, you really don't need to take the supplement anymore once you've got a baseline of mobility back. Okay? So correcting foot mobility and the foot tissues and also toe alignment. But it also means correcting your ankle dysfunction, because if your foot works great, you got good mobility there, but your ankle's locked up, your ankle being tight is going to force a lot more motion at the foot than is supposed to be there. So the ankle is included in that, and we'll have a tools video of how to open up your ankles. And another thing that you got to correct is your hip mobility and your hip function. The hip is what determines your ability to orient the foot in a good position. So if you take care of the foot and the ankle, but you don't take care of the hip, you're going to be missing something. And we'll have a bunch of videos on restoring and correcting hip mobility and hip stability in future tools videos. The last part is develop, and this is essentially where you're doing a lifelong experiment to develop a more resilient, robust, strong foot. And you do that by doing your own barefoot experiment, right? By gradually spending more and more time barefoot to build up the resilience of the surface of your foot, to work out the muscles of the foot. And you can do specific training for that, like training on a beam or doing a barefoot workout, for example, where you're putting a lot more load through the foot. But really, develop just means take on the lifelong goal of using your feet more and developing strength and resilience over time. So that's protect, correct, develop, and that is literally all you need to know to have really healthy, functional feet. You just got to put it into action. Catch you next video.